Alright, welcome back guys, or welcome to your first time here. I'm Vision here with Blind Entertainment, bringing you guys another video. Today we're going over a theory I have regarding the Disciples from the 100 Season 7. Now if the 100 is something you're interested in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon. That way don't miss any more 100 related videos from me moving forward. Now let's begin. Now, like I said, I got a theory regarding the Disciples that have been introduced this season of the 100 Season 7. Now, if you're not caught up to date with the 100, please don't watch this video right now. I will be going into some spoilers, so please come back after you're caught up. We're going into, I think, episode 7 right now, so if you're not caught up, please catch up. Now, I also want to mention quick here, I will have my reviews of the 100 Season 7 episodes 2 up until now. I have reviewed them all, just hasn't been able to edit them yet, but they will be up and edited hopefully soon. So if you're interested in that, just please hold on. I will have them. They're pre-recorded also, so just know I have some things I say in there that didn't come true, so just remember that when you watch them. But let's get into this theory. Now, like I said, the Disciples were introduced this season as this militaristic group. Now, we don't know much about them. We know that somehow they got to Bardo from Earth, from what is assumed to be another anomaly stone that was left on Earth. Now, other than that, we don't know much about them. Again, other than that, there's some kind of militaristic society. Now, my question here is regarding will the Disciples end up being an enemy of our group, or will they end up being an ally to our group? Now, in season 3, we had, Pike, who was one of the enemies, who ended up kind of helping our group towards the end of the season. He turned villain to ally, and then we had Allie, who was our main threat. Now, could this be similar, where they used the Disciples as kind of like a mini villain for the first half of the season, and then join our group in the second half of the season to help fight shiedheda? Now, the reason I say this is because right now, as we saw at the end of the last episode, Nakara, they got wonkru back united. However, if you look at the numbers within wonkru, they don't have too many numbers there. They got a couple hundred maybe, but not that many people really there. Now, when you look at the children of Gabriel, they got a good group. You got the prisoners combined with them. They got a good group. Then you got them working for Russell, who also has the believers there, which also combined, you got 3 groups working together to fight our main group. Now, if you want my honest opinion, I don't think that's going to be enough. I think that there might be some bloodshed. There might be parts of the season where our group is losing because they're just not as equipped. So where did they get help from? They get help from the militaristic group, the Disciples. The Disciples are very well trained in military. They could help our group, even though wonkru is very militaristic in itself. They add numbers, and they could add training and weapons and technology that the people from Sanctum and the children of Gabriel and the prisoners might not have access to. So I think that's something that's very interesting. With where we left off, we know that the children of Gabriel and the prisoners from Eligious are teaming up, I'm assuming, to take down our main survivors. Now, they're also working for shiedheda, and from what I understand there, I'm assuming they will also be working with the believers, so I believe the 3 of them will be working together, or those 3 fractions will be working together. So you'll have Trey, you'll have Nelson, and then you'll have Nikki all working together. Now, I really hope that all 3 of these characters don't die right away. I think it's cool having shiedheda, and then you have those 3 generals underneath him, so I really hope they at least stick around for a bit. Maybe kill off Nelson early on, but then give Nikki and Trey some more time to develop. I don't know, or kill Trey and leave Nelson and Nikki alive. I do want to see at least Nikki get some more screen time and more things to do. She's kind of been shafted, and with what happened to Hatch, I think that there could be interesting story to explore there. And we know Raven's not here right now, so that's something that she'll probably stick around for. At least I hope we get a showdown between the 2 of them sometime. I'm just very curious to see what goes on here. I think that there's good potential right now, and I think that if done right, we could easily get a really good final season. It just has to be played out well. We got good different fractions of groups, and the disciples right now, they're not really the villain. They're more of in the way of, our group's mission right now. Our group had to go on a little side mission, so I think that maybe by the mid-season finale, they'll patch everything up. They'll all be reunited. We'll find out what happened to Bellamy, hopefully, and it'll come back to Sanctum, and that's when they'll form an alliance and then fight Shinhara. Now, we do have the other mystery regarding the shepherd within the disciple storyline. Now, my one worry here is that they got the disciples introduced, they got the issue with Shanhada, and my issue right now and worry is that they got too much going on and they bit off too much that they could chew, and a lot of things are going to feel rushed, some things will go unexplained, and just certain areas of the story won't feel like they got a decent story. I kind of felt that way last season with the whole Shenhada and Prime storyline going together. However, since we got another season, I feel like the Shenhada fin is finally paying off. However, with this season and how it's the last season and how they got two stories going on at the same time, they might be able to not be able to get it all done and feel like it was a good organic story without making it feel rushed. I mean, they were able to do that in season 3 with Pike's storyline and Allie's storyline, but those storylines lined up perfectly in the way they ended and connected with each other. However, I don't know if my theory is correct that it might feel rushed, but if they do end up going like how I predicted, they could easily wrap up both storylines and connect them in a way that works and feels like it makes sense and not feels rushed. But also, we got the whole backdoor pilot episode coming in episode 8, which will take up time unless they use that episode as well to explain some things. I don't know. This is a questionable area for me. I feel like we could be getting some good storyline. I feel like it could be well done and well paid off. But at the same time, I worry that this is a storyline that could feel rushed, could go nowhere, and could just be a waste of time. I hope it's not a waste of time, and I feel like some of the things they set up probably might go into the whole spin-off series, which would be fine by me. But at the same time, I don't want things to feel rushed. I don't want some things to go unanswered. I want things to work out and everything to be fine. I don't want things to be rushed, and I just want the story to make sense. And some of the things that they're doing right now, I don't know. I like the season so far. I think I've had a very good positive spin on the season so far. So I think it's been good. I just don't want it to be ruined by rush storylines and things that just don't make too much sense. So yeah, guys, that's my theory regarding the Disciples from the 100 season 7. As always, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and share. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon. Down the rest of more 100 rated videos from me moving forward. And you can go follow me on Instagram and Twitter, which are linked in the about section on my YouTube channel. As always, this has been Vision here with Blind Entertainment, and I'll see you next time.